12 entries on attic. I need to look. I need to narrow this down. Dollhouse. 5 entries on dollhouse.
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper, curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all.
Who's this other Hannah?
Simon never went up there.
Or does she talk in the first person? Or in third person, excuse me. Does she talk in third person every now and then? It's so confusing. Doll. 1 entry. Okay, did I already search for Eric? No, Eric.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
See you? Wait, who is she talking to? Come to see you? 14 entries on Eric. Access limited to first 5 entries.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back. Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one. Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
Still not getting... Still have a lot of information to process. Eric's wife, Diane.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Okay. Well, she's got a guitar.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients.
I can appreciate
and
that.
Last time, Simon cooked something off MasterChef. He got
MasterChef.
And I did my
I love
roasting
MasterChef.
bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
I was gonna say, like, have you ever eaten fennel? Achievement unlocked was have you ever eaten fennel? That's hilarious. I didn't realize MasterChef was around that time, but I guess MasterChef America didn't happen until very recently, within the last 10 years. But I guess back in '94 it was the thing in Europe, or at least the UK.
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
Why does she have a guitar? I'm very curious about this guitar. She's playing it in this one.
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay? Probably needs tuning. No. traditional ballad. Should be right up your street.
Yeah, go ahead. She's good.
There were two sisters came walking by the sea.
Beautiful voice too.
Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. See, they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain.
I like this.
Only cared for the youngest one. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
Sing it, Hannah.
Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down. Oh,
Uh-oh.
the wind and the rain.
Is this about to get dark?
Watched her as she slowly drowned.
Yup.
Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
Oh wow.
She floated
Okay.
up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain. Floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain.
This is not gonna end well.
The deer here swims and swans on a dreadful wind and rain. And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
Then it gets really weird. A traditional ballad, another achievement unlocked. That's a really cool find. That was really neat how they were able to add that in there too. But I'm wondering if there were clues in that song as well with the drowning, because that's the second time we've heard about drowning. She definitely seems to have a fascination with drowning, it seems.
No, Simon didn't play guitar. He wasn't very musical.
I still don't know why she had that guitar in the first place.
Yes. Yeah, it's my guitar.
Were they suspecting it was used as a murder weapon? I want to go back a little bit because they were talking about hair. 8 entries found.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
I don't know what her point of it's a happy ending. I'm not really sure what the point of that was with her investigation or interrogation.
What kind of hairs?
What kind of hairs? How about hairs? No. Doll hair. Rapunzel. Rapunzel. A lot of talk about Rapunzel.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you're using colour.
Definitely, there's something to do with these dolls and hair and Rapunzel. There's got to be some
Did I
significance.
pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
That card again? I don't understand what you mean by that.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty, pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life.
Yes, you like that.
We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper, undressing the pictures.
Really?
Rapunzel's
Wow.
hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
So, it's Rapunzel is traditionally blonde, I think. So they found hairs, and she was saying that she's wondering if it was doll hairs that might have come from Rapunzel from her dollhouse in the attic. But Rapunzel was blonde. Is she trying to say that the suspect was blonde? Like the actual killer is
I think
blonde?
he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Helen is blonde. So Helen is blonde.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Cat flap wig. Something about a wig. 7
A
entries
wig.
found.
You mean... But what type of wig?
A blonde wig.
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
She's already asked that.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognised me, I started wearing a wig.
You said you didn't wear a wig.
Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs, parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was
Okay.
Hannah who betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD.
I remember her talking about STD.
When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. Found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? That seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move
Her
in.
as in her.
And that was the plan.
I feel like she keeps talking to Hannah as if I feel like she's talking when she says Hannah, it's like she's speaking in third person, it seems.
This was
I don't know.
about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing and she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
Performing? That's why she had a wig? Yeah, if I don't search for anything, then you get
Black
this. If
coffee,
you search for
thanks.
nothing.
No sugar. Sweet enough as it is. A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
Yeah, that's kind of random. Let's try blank. Yeah. Let's try guilty. Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke the rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad. Maybe it wasn't her fault. She looks scared, not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was mistaken identity.
That I tried to put. Did I put identity in?
I don't know.
Identity.
Yes. I thought about telling Hannah. I felt guilty after the kiss. But then it began to feel like this was the way it should be. Sharing, like we had before. He never mentioned her to me. There was the Simon with me and the Simon with her. It
Oh.
was almost like it was a different Simon.
There's so many people
But
involved in this. It's so confusing. Let's try identity. Let's try suspect. Huh.
when you suspect someone of murdering their husband. When you suspect someone of murdering their husband.
So Simon was her husband. We knew that because of the wedding. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. So you want to eliminate me as a suspect?
Maybe. Is that what we're trying to do? That's the thing. I don't know for sure if she actually is innocent or not. I'm still not sure.
That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow.
What?
Can't be in two places at once.
Unless you have a twin.
This is the third day running you've called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. And they say you've been asking a lot of questions. About me. Should I be worried? Am I a suspect?
Twin. Aha.
Twins?
Twins.
Really?
I don't
Are you
know.
really asking me that question?
Yes, I'm asking that question. Yeah, is it true or not? And that is still creepy every time that happens.
Are you out of your mind? Twins?
So you haven't denied it yet, you're just laughing at it.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
So maybe it wasn't her who did it, but a twin who did it.
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses.
Maybe Eve was
We
her
had a
twin.
poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
Sister. Ah, sister.
When she went home, Sam had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had. She knew that instant. The look on his face. She knew.
I'm wondering, like, when does the game actually end? Because there doesn't seem like there's a spot for you to say, okay, I figured it out. Like, there's nothing. So I guess, is this just an open-ended game? You just keep exploring until you think you know the answer? I don't know.
She sent him out the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone.
Who is this
She never
she?
calls me
All this, the cuts off without you ever knowing who is talking to her.
that. My sister is gone. And she's never coming back.
Let's do a search on this baby. Baby.
We
17
spent
entries on the
wedding night
baby.
in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday. We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope. No, I lost the baby. I miscarried it once.
Oh.
We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
That's why she kept saying if it came, because it unfortunately did not.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Simon's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold.
Somebody moved it.
I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
So that's her story of how she found the body.
Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
Pregnant. Yep, a lot about pregnant.
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow We weren't even in the room, and they decided we should get married.
Oh. So they didn't necessarily got married out of love, they got married because they were pregnant?
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happened some days. I'm pregnant.
Again?
It's morning sickness.
Oh, you're pregnant again. Okay.
No. Well, yes. He found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant. When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Let's do Glasgow again. I think I might have already. Yeah. Hospital.
Asked the hospital.
Ask the hospital what?
I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed.
Mm-hmm.
You've spoken with the hospital.
Is that where she had her accident? Glasgow was where she had her car accident?
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother. I read the diary that day and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Car. This is how she's talking about her car crash in
I wasn't in
Glasgow.
the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left, I left too. I was upset and I wanted to get away. So I took the car.
Mm-hmm.
I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep. I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. And when I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there. And I... Excuse me. Is there a bin?
Oh. That was morning sickness.
I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. And when I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there. And
Sick. Vomit.